beginning of the war, Stalingrad was a huge industrial, economical, and cultural center of the Soviet Union. The city's population exceeded 500,000 people. Stalingrad developed rapidly and was supposed to be one of the most progressive cities of the USSR. The Square of Fallen Fighters was one of the most impressive spots of Stalingrad. The square's central part was landscaped with public gardens and fountains. There was an obelisk above the mass grave of Red Tsaritsyn's defenders. Academy and Pilot's House were opened. Dramatic theater was founded. Regional Executive Committee, House and Soviet Army and hotel were built. Shortly before the war, the Central Department Store was opened. It became well-loved and popular among citizens. According to requirements of that time, it was tended to be one of the best stores of the USSR. Customers could find a wide range of goods. Visit Kitty World. On a mansard floor, it was planned to open a restaurant with a magnificent view. On August 23, 1942, at 4:18 p.m., German aviation started a bombing attack which turned the city into ruins. During that day, 2,000 operational flights were accomplished. As a result of barbarous bombings, over 40,000 people died. In the period from 28th of August till 14th of September, 50,000 bombs were dropped. On the 13th of September, enemies started storming the city in different directions. The key purpose was the city center, which was protected by the forces of the 62nd Army. The 1st Battalion of the 42nd Guard Regiment of the 13th Guard Rifle Division took the defense of the railway in the Square of Fallen Fighters. In the end of September, the enemy managed to break into the city center, but the enemy was unable to capture the Volga's shore. The battle became static. In autumn 1942, the Soviet High Command started counterattack in Stalingrad. During the Operation Uranus, Soviet forces mounted an offensive. By the end of December, the Soviet Army repulsed German forces on 250 kilometers far from the city, and any attempts of breaking the siege were prevented. Nazi troops, in amount of 330,000 soldiers, were surrounded. Soviet aviation forces successfully fought with German.
Let the view here. Okay.
Aviation support was provided by 8th, 16th, and 17th Air Armies. The 2nd Army Air Force of the Voronezh Front was also involved. In the beginning of the counterattack, over 1,414 military aircrafts were concentrated. In January 1943, the Soviet Army started to destroy the encircled enemy. The Operation Ring began. Troops of the Don Front merged on the Mamaya Brigade and divided the enemy forces into the northern and the southern groups. On January 31st, the 38th Motorized Rifle Brigade, under the command of Colonel Gorbachev, reached the Square of Fallen Fighters. At that time, the headquarters of the 6th Field Army of Wehrmacht, with its commander Friedrich Paulus, was situated in a basement of the Central Department Store. Soviet soldiers approached the building by crawling and Russians and blocked it. By 7 a.m., the department store was surrounded. Official negotiations began, and at 10 a.m., The headquarters in Sixth Army and its commander, Friedrich Paulus, surrendered. That cold January morning, one of the most powerful enemy troops in Stalingrad ceased to exist. In 2 days, the rest of Wehrmacht soldiers laid down their weapons. On 2nd of February 1943, the Battle of Stalingrad was over, and Soviet flags fluttered over the square of fallen fighters. Thus, the name of the square that absorbed the spirit of military glory once before acquired new sense. Eternal glory to the defenders of Stalingrad.
Thank you so much.